the message on my phone glare at me in the dim light of my room. I can help you. 4 words. 4 simple words that shouldn't mean anything, yet they've become everything. I don't know who Kolbein is or how he found me, but I can't stop thinking about the possibility. What if, somehow, he's telling the truth? A few days have passed since I received the message. I sent a reply asking, "Who are you?" But there's been no response. Still, I can't let go of hope. What if he really can help me? What if he's the answer I've been waiting for? Wouldn't anyone else in my position take the chance? I'm 16 years old, and no one wants to die at 16. The profile offers no clues. It's a man, or at least it seems like one. The picture is taken from behind, with no face visible. The name is Kolbein, but beyond that, there's nothing. I can't stop myself from wondering if this is a cruel trick. If it is, I'm not sure I can handle it. I sit up in bed, my body heavy with the weight of my illness. My name is April, and at 16, I am fighting a disease that feels like it's winning. My life, full of dreams and potential, is slipping away, one day at a time. Dreams are my only escape, the one place where I feel whole again. A vibration pulls me back to reality. My phone, a missed call from Chase. She calls every morning, usually around 9. But today it's barely 7. The early call makes me uneasy. Chase is my best friend, my constant lifeline to the world outside my room. Yesterday, she didn't visit, which is unusual for her. She didn't even call. I'd convinced myself it was nothing, but now, questions swell in my mind. It's been 2 months since I last went to school. Social media keeps me loosely connected, but it's not the same. Rachel, the girl who used to sit next to me, now sits with Derek, someone she openly disliked. I can only assume she'd rather be with him than risk sitting with me. My illness isn't contagious, but fear and ignorance are. They've isolated me more effectively than my sickness ever could. I stare at my phone, unsettled by Chase's unusual timing. Deciding to call her back, I press the button. The phone rings twice before her voice bursts through the speaker, brimming with excitement. "April, guess what?" she says, her words spilling out like she can't contain them. I can't help but smile at her energy. "Why are you calling so early?" I ask, curious and slightly amused. "I missed you," Chase says, her tone soft and filled with warmth. "And I felt bad for not visiting yesterday. But today, I have a surprise for you." "A surprise?" I echo, curiosity flickering through the dull haze of my thoughts. "Yes, I want to take you out," she declares, her excitement practically bursting through the phone. For the first time in days, I feel a glimmer of hope. "All right," I reply, my voice lighter, carrying a note of anticipation I hadn't felt in a long time. "I'll be ready." "Great, I'll pick you up soon. Don't keep me waiting," she teases, her enthusiasm infectious. As I hang up, I catch myself smiling. It's a rare and fleeting moment of lightness, but one that sparks an ember of excitement deep within me. Chase has always had that effect, a way of bringing a sense of normalcy, even in the midst of the chaos that is my life. School had become unbearable long before I stopped going. The stares, the whispers, the unspoken word behind averted eyes. It all became too much. Rachel, who used to sit beside me, now chooses Derek, the boy she once openly disliked, over me. Though my illness isn't contagious, it doesn't matter. Fear makes people irrational. Without Chase, school was a place of loneliness. Lunches eaten alone became a daily reminder of my isolation. Even the smallest gestures, a turned head, a hushed conversation, cut deeper than words. My ex-boyfriend Brian left too, though his departure was more of a relief than a heartbreak. Still, the culmination of it all pushed me to withdraw entirely. Chase, though, never left my side. She was my only anchor. Once, she stood up to a boy who thought it amusing to mock my condition. The confrontation escalated, ending with Chase breaking his nose and earning herself a suspension. But she didn't care. To her, it was worth it. That fierce loyalty reminds me that not everyone sees me as something to fear or pity. Her morning calls, like the one today, have become a lifeline. They're her way of pulling me back into the world, even if only for a little while. Knowing she's there gives me a strength I wouldn't otherwise have. Going out used to be something I loved. An escape, a freedom. Now it feels like a battle. When I do venture outside, I hide behind a mask and hat, desperate to shield myself from the stares. Chase always insists I don't need to, but she doesn't understand. The weight of those eyes, the unspoken judgment, is something I can't bear. Each morning I confront the reality of my body. An old soul trapped in a 16-year-old frame. Wrinkled skin, weakened limbs, aching joints. They're constant reminders of what I've lost. Yet, in the quiet moments of dawn, dreams grant me a reprieve. In those fleeting moments, I'm whole again. I run, I laugh, I live. It's enough to keep me going. I pause as I rise from bed, my knees protesting the movement. The effort required to stand feels insurmountable at times, but I push through. Sunlight filters through the curtains, casting a soft glow across the room. It promises warmth and a connection to the world outside. I should draw the curtains, I whisper to myself. Maybe the sunlight will remind me of life's small comforts. The warmth on my face, the light in my room. A hint of vitality in a world that so often feels cold and distant. With effort, I reach the window and pull back the curtains. Light floods the room, illuminating the constellation of paintings on my walls. Planets, stars, and galaxies, each meticulously sketched by my hands. Drawing is my sanctuary, a portal to worlds untainted by the confines of my illness. When I draw, I am not sick. I am free, weightless, and whole. The crisp morning air beckons. I open the window, letting the breeze sweep over my face. Sunlight spills into the room, warming my skin. This simple ritual grounds me, offering a fleeting connection to the world beyond my walls. For a moment, I am just another person soaking in the day, not a girl whose days are numbered. I walk to the sink and splash icy water on my face. The chill jolts me back to the present, an abrupt contrast to the tranquility of the sunlight. Staring into the mirror, I see the reflection of a life weathered far beyond its years. Lines that should belong to someone decades older are etched into my skin. It's not death I fear. It's leaving the people I love to grieve. Filling the bathtub with ice, I step in, my breath hitching as the frigid water envelops me. The cold feels like an old friend, numbing the ache that words can't soothe. Outside, the city rarely sees snow, but within this icy cocoon, I find solace. It's not just a ritual, it's my quiet rebellion against time, a way to seize what little I have left. The doctors say I have 3, maybe 4 months. My organs are failing, too damaged to save anyone else, even in death. Still, I cling to hope, not for a miracle, but for the chance to leave behind something meaningful, something more than memories of a girl who didn't live long enough. I think about my blue eyes, the windows through which I've seen both the beauty and cruelty of this world. If I could save anything, it would be them, so that a piece of me might linger, bearing witness to the life I love so deeply, even now. At 16, my peers dream of futures filled with ambition and possibility. I dream too, but of a life that isn't slipping through my fingers. Sometimes I wonder why this happened to me. Other times I accept it, finding comfort in the inevitability of death. Perhaps by embracing it, I can make these final moments matter. As I refill the tub with fresh ice, I close my eyes and imagine the Arctic, a land alive with cold. My family's stories of migration from the north have painted it as almost mythical, a place of pristine beauty. I know I'll never see it, but the thought soothes me. In my mind, it's a haven, a symbol of peace in a world that has given me so little. The weight of my family's sorrow crushes me. My sister's tears, her whispered apologies, pierce deeper than any physical pain. At night, I hear my parents crying softly, their sobs muffled behind closed doors. I tell them it will be okay, but we all know the truth. My reassurances are as fragile and fleeting as the strength I cling to.